one. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Calling the roll for the Monday, February 9, 2026 Board of Control meeting. It is 11:01 a.m. We have Cynthia Mason serving as an alternate for Meredith Turner.
Here.
Councilmember Michael Hauser.
Here.
Councilmember Robert Schlepper.
Here.
Melanie Say serving as an alternate for Mike Dever.
Here.
Catherine Gallagher serving as an alternate for Chris Ronay, County Executive.
Here.
Michael Chambers, Fiscal Officer, serving as chairman.
Here.
Paul Porter.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is the review and the approval of the minutes from February 2nd. I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve the minutes, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The minutes are approved. Any public comment?
No public comment.
Let's go to our first item.
First item, new item for review, BC 2026-40, Department of Public Works submitting an amendment to a contract with SAW Incorporated for interior building services at the William Patrick Day Center located at 2421 Community College Avenue, Cleveland, for the period July 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2026, to extend the time period to January 31st, 2029, to replace the insurance requirements and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $415,000 effective upon signatures of all parties.
Good morning, everyone. Tom Pavich, Public Works. So this is an amendment to the contract we have with SAW for custodial cleaning services over at William Patrick Day. So SAW was the vendor that was in that building when we took over the building, and we've just continued that partnership with SAW. They provide work opportunities for individuals with developmental disabilities.
Are there questions from the board on the item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-41, Department of Public Works recommending an award on RQ 16101 and submitting a contract with Karen S. Godvansky in the amount not to, DVM in the amount not to exceed $643,000 for professional veterinarian services at the Cobb County Animal Shelter for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028.
Good morning, Tom Pavich again, Public Works. So this is a new 3-year contract with Dr. Karen Ganofsky. She's the incumbent. She's been doing vet services with the county for some time. We released a competitive process. It was an RFQ process. She was the only person that submitted any type of proposal. We negotiated the price rates, and it's going to be a 3-year contract for animal services, the vet and surgical services at the animal shelter.
Please, Councilman.
I had a question. I'm sure the doctor does great work. Do we know how many animals are serviced? If we only have one person who does the bid, do we not try to resubmit, or is this, was this particular situation, we need to find someone who was able to do this service? And then is this like on top of the doctor's salary, or what is this amount exactly for?
So it's for her services. So if there's medicines, drugs, supplies, those are purchased through another contract we have with Covetrus, or there might be several other purchase orders as well. So I'm gonna have to get back to the number of animals she actually services. So the contract's based on a minimum of 24 hours, a maximum of 32 hours per week. So she's paid hourly for the services she provides. She does phone consultations. So there's some instances where deputies or workers at the animal shelter, they can't apply drugs to the animals, the actual dogs, without her consultation and agreement to it. So there's different guidelines that she has to follow. I can try to find out the number of dogs that she actually services or surgeries, but again, this could be any type of open body surgeries. I mean, I can get you a whole list of different procedures that she performs out there.
Yeah, just let me know. And then just my last question again, when we submit a RFQ and we only have one person apply, do we resubmit it to try to get more people, or do we just assume they're the best person?
I believe at some point many years ago we did do that, but she's been the only respondent to this RFQ historically. So, and as far as I think rates, I think that it's a few percentage points inflation, escalation year over year.
I'm sure the doctor does great work. Yeah, if you can find out how many we're servicing under this $643,000, that'd be great.
Yeah, and she does perform major surgery. So I know she actually does case studies with surgeons around the state where she'll go under their guidance. That way she could apply those to some skills to the animals that at our animal shelter, they need those surgeries, so we don't have to outsource it. So,
That'd be great.
you know, we do outsource some major surgeries. She's tried to enhance what she does,
All right.
you know, to try to capture it under this contract.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
If I could just add a quick note about the responses that we got. Purchasing does send out no bid sheets to vendors who choose not to submit a bid when we do a formal solicitation. In this case, we didn't get any responses. Sometimes a vendor will say, that's outside my scope of service, I don't have the capacity right now, things like that. We didn't get any responses here, so it's fairly specialized, and I'm not sure even if we did an additional solicitation, if it would end up, you know, with a different result.
And I agree, it is definitely a specialized service, and, you know, since the early times of COVID, 2020, 21, it seemed like there was, you know, the number of people that went out and got canines immensely increased, so, you know, trying to get an appointment with a vet was, instead of 3 or 4 days, those 3 or 4 weeks to wait, just because of the amount of animals during that time period. There was definitely an increase, so.
Councilman, please.
I just had a question about, you know, through the chair, is this just for her individual services, or is this a team that she has?
No, it's one single person. Yep, she's by herself, so.
Okay, gotcha. I'm in the wrong business. Thank you.
Yeah, so if she's out for any type of leave or holidays or vacation of any sort, typically we try to hold off on something until she comes back, or we have to outsource it through one of the area vets. So we have an animal exemption in place, so you sometimes may see, I don't think there's any on this agenda with, it could be MedVet, it could be Pet Fix, Tremont Animal Clinic, you know, those would be some of the vendors we have to outsource some of the specialized stuff, or if she's not in.
So Tom, while you're doing that as well, I mean, someday we won't have doctor. She was there even when I was in Public Works, so.
That's true.
What's plan B,
I'm-
I guess? is
From
what
my
we need to
understanding,
look at.
this potentially could be her last contract, so, you know, it's something we have to explore within Public Works for the future.
Maybe see what Mindy says on
Sooner than
that.
later.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, seeing no further questions, I will make the motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilman Hauser. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-42, Fiscal Office submitting an amendment to a contract with Manatron Incorporated for the purchase of Marshall and Swift rate tables data licenses for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2026, to change the terms of the end-user license agreement, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $196,663.27, effective January 1st, 2026.
Good morning, Dominique Tatum, Fiscal Department. This is an agreement with the Manatron to purchase Marshall and Swift rate tables. These tables are used to determine the replacement costs when appraising properties.
Thank you, Dominique. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make the motion to approve the item. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Cynthia Mason. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-43, Fiscal Office recommending an award on RQ 16025 and submitting a contract with Meter Public Funds Incorporated and the amount not to exceed $320,000 for investment advisory services for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2027.
Good morning, Dominique Tatum, Fiscal Department. This is a 2-year agreement with Meter for investment advisory services. This contract was bid out competitively. Meter was the highest scoring vendor. We did have 2 other vendors that did submit proposals, but with those vendors, it will require us to move all of our investments with those banks.
Thank you, Dominique. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Melanie Say. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item's approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-44, Fiscal Office, on behalf of the County Executive's Office, submitting a grant agreement with Western Reserve Historical Society via contract number 5912 and the amount not to exceed $150,000 to provide funding in support of the development of the International Heritage Gallery to spur economic growth and tourism in Cuyahoga County, effective upon signatures of all parties through March 31st, 2027.
Good morning, Dominique Tatum, Fiscal Department. So this is an agreement to provide funding to Western Reserve Historical Society. We're providing funding for the International Heritage Gallery.
Thank you again, Dominique. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Hauser? Schlepper, sorry. Councilman Schlepper, all in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item's approved.
Thank you.
Next item.
Next item, BC 2026-45, Department of Information Technology, on behalf of Department of Public Safety and Justice Services, recommending an award and enter into a purchase order with MNJ Technologies Direct Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $23,890 for a joint cooperative purchase of 10 HP ZBook Firefly mobile workstations, 20 monitors, various accessories, including HP Care Pack Premium on-site support, 4-year extended warranty, and ABT Resilience Gov Service Plan.
Good morning, Brianna Witt for the Department of Information Technology. This is a purchase for Public Safety Justice Services. This is 10 computers, 20 monitors, and the accessories that go with them.
Okay, thank you, Brianna. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item's approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2026-46, Department of Information Technology, on behalf of the Public Defender's Office, recommending an award and enter into a purchase order with MNJ Technologies Direct Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $22,180 for a joint cooperative purchase of 10 each AP ZBook Firefly mobile workstation, docking stations, including HP Care Pack Premium on-site support, 5-year extended warranty, and ABT Resilience Gov Service Plan.
Good morning again, Brianna Whitford, IT. This purchase is 10 computers and 10 docks. This is for the Public Defender's Office. It comes with the normal accessories, same as the previous item.
Okay, thank you again. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Cynthia Mason. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2026-47, Department of Information Technology submitting an RFP exemption, which will result in an award recommendation to Civic Plus LLC in the amount not to exceed $113,080.27 for a cloud-based software tool to identify accessibility and quality assurance issues for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028, and submitting a contract with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Brianna Witt for IT again. This is a software service that the IT web team uses. This tests the websites for accessibility and compliance, provides reports and analysis for the data that they use.
Thank you again. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Hauser. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item approved.
Thank you.
Next item. Yep.
Next item, BC 2026-48, Department of Law recommending an award and submitting a contract with Carpenter Lips LLP in the amount not to exceed $85,000 for legal services in connection with the work conducted by CAGA Green Energy under the Environmental Protection Agency's Climate Pollution Reduction Grant and the Department of Energy earmarked for microgrid development for the period October 9, 2025 through December 31st, 2026.
Good morning, Matt Ruby from the Department of Public Works, presenting on behalf of the Law Department. So this was an informal RFP that was put forward by the Law Department for outside counsel related to various contracts and such, both for the solar development projects that are going on through the 9-figure climate pollution reduction grant, as well as all of the various contracts and such that will be required as we launch the first microgrid in the city of Euclid. There were 8 respondents. Carpenter Lips was the top score. We're anticipating using grant funds from 2 different grants for those respective projects to pay these costs.
Thank you, Matt. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2026-49, Court of Common Pleas Corrections Planning Board submitting an amendment to a contract with Thrive Behavioral Health Center Incorporated for peer support services for participants of the Adult Drug Court Program for the period June 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2025, to extend the time period to September 30th, 2026, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $22,724.25, effective October 1st, 2025.
Hello, Megan Patton, Corrections Planning Board, Court of Common Pleas. We're submitting a contract amendment with Thrive Behavioral Health to extend our contract to the end of September of 2026. This contract supports our peer support that's embedded in our drug court teams through our Department of Justice grant. We serve approximately 250 participants within this contract.
Thank you, Megan. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Ms. Melanie Say. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item approved. Thank you. Next item.
Next item, BC 2026-50, Public Defender's Office submitting an amendment to a contract with Justice Text Incorporated for the purchase of one Justice Text software platform license for the period May 14, 2025 through December 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2026, to expand the scope of services, to update the insurance requirements, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $98,400, effective upon signatures of all parties.
Thank you, Cheryl. Mark Budzar, Public Defender Office. This is an amendment to the contract. We're basically doubling the number of users and doubling the cost. Justice Text is software that takes the various body cam videos that we get as evidence from the prosecutor's office, and it transcribes it. Sometimes on a case, we'll get 2, 3, 4 arresting officers' body cam videos, and rather than go through them one at a time, this software will allow all, like, say, 4 videos to be transcribed, and then you can do word searches and things like that for Miranda rights or something like that to make sure it was covered. It's really turned out to be a phenomenal purchase. State of Ohio is covering 82% of the costs on this, too.
For now. Yeah.
I like to keep everybody in touch with that reimbursement rate.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2026-51, Sheriff's Department recommended to amend various Board of Control approvals and items of note, which approved a user license agreement with Permidium LLC via contract number 3005, formerly 1985, for sole source services for the configuration and implementation of an online weapons permit application platform for the Concealed Weapons Licensing Unit for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2026, to add the amount of revenue received through December 31st, 2025, and the total amount of $296,394, and revenue anticipated through December 31st, 2026, $70,000, as listed for items A through E on the printed agenda.
Good morning, Karen DiCarlo for the Sheriff's Department. This is requesting to amend the previous approvals for the Permidium contract for the concealed carry weapons permit fees to add the amount of revenue received from 2021 through 2025 and the anticipated revenue for 26.
Okay, Karen, thank you. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2026-52, Sheriff's Department submitting an amendment to a contract with Intellatech Corporation for maintenance and support on the Incarceration Management and Cost System, IMAX, for the period April 1st, 2024 through March 31st, 2026, to extend the time period to March 31st, 2027, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $75,000, effective upon signatures of all parties.
Good morning, Julia Grown, Sheriff's Department. This is just to amend for an extension of time and additional funds until our new JMS system goes live.
Okay, Julia, thank you. Are there questions from the board?
What does JMS mean? What?
JMS stands for Jail Management System. So it's the system that basically houses all of our data as it relates to our residents and any of their information related to their charges.
Thank you.
Are there any additional questions? Seeing no further questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Hauser. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the item is approved. Thank you. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-53, Department of Health and Human Services, CAGA Job and Family Services, submitting a revenue-generating agreement via contract number 5891 with DMD Management Incorporated, DBA Legacy Health Services, and the amount not to exceed $43,383 to provide and employ a sufficient number of CAGA Job and Family Service trained workers whose assigned caseloads will consist of Legacy Health Services patients applying for Medicaid or needing assistance with their Medicaid benefits for the period February 1st, 2026 through January 31st, 2027.
Good morning, Marcos Cortez with Health and Human Services on behalf of Cuyahoga Jobs and Family Services. Again, this is a revenue-generating agreement with Legacy Health Services to provide a trained caseworker to their patients to assist them with applying for Medicaid benefits or with their Medicaid benefits.
Excuse me. Thank you, Marcos. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Cynthia Mason. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-54, Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Children and Family Services, submitting a memorandum of understanding cost-sharing agreement via agreement number 5889 with Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities, supporting the development of the Child Welfare Campus, establishing referral obligations for eligible children for short-term emergency care services, and identifying reporting requirements to receive a funding allocation in the amount of $500,000 for the period July 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026.
Morning again, Marcos Cortez with Health and Human Services. Again, this agreement will help support the ongoing work of the Child Welfare Campus that we now call the Hope Campus.
Thank you again. Are there questions from the board on this item? Okay, seeing no questions, I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-55, Department of Health and Human Services, Community Initiatives Division, Office of Early Childhood, submitting an RFP exemption which will result in award recommendations to various providers and the total amount not to exceed $193,815.13 to implement and administer the Family Space Program for the period January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, as listed for items 1 and 2 on the printed agenda, and submitting the master contract with said RFP exemption.
Marcos Cortez again, on behalf of Invest in Children. The family spaces serve as neighborhood hubs of programming, information sharing, and community building for families. They offer comprehensive family-centered services and safe and engaging spaces. Each library system has 2 family spaces.
Okay, thank you, Marcos. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed, item approved.
Thank you.
Next item.
Next item, exemptions. First item, BC 2026-56, Department of Public Works recommending an alternative procurement process which will result in award recommendations to various municipalities and the total amount not to exceed $4,022,000 for the 2026 Preventative Maintenance Program for the period January 16, 2026 through September 30th, 2027, as listed for items 1 through 48 on the printed agenda.
Morning, Eric Mack, Public Works. This is our annual program where we work with communities and we score their applications to help them fix minor repairs within their roads. For example, crack seal, catch basins, manholes, whatever they need. For each community cannot go, they cannot have more than $200,000. And it is an exemption because total it's $4 million, but each community is up to $200,000.
Quick question. Was anyone denied?
There were no denies.
Okay.
There were 9 this year that did not apply.
Mm-hmm.
We have contacted them and we aren't sure why they didn't apply this year. But last year we had $4.5 million given out, and this year, because of only 48 communities,
Mm-hmm.
it was $4 million.
Okay.
But every community got something.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item?
Next item, BC 2026-57, Fiscal Office requesting approval of an exemption from aggregation of contracts pursuant to County Code 501.05C, Cuyahoga County Board of Control, Contracting Purchasing Ordinance Number O-2012-0015, Section 3.5B, for support and maintenance services for various Manatron systems for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2025, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2026, and for additional funds in the total amount not to exceed $837,267 as listed for items A and B on the printed agenda.
Good morning, Dominique Tatum, Fiscal Department. So this is a request for an exemption from aggregation. We have two agreements with Manatron. One is for our MVP real property system, and the other is for our Gamma Sigma system. Usually we do bring both contracts to council for the yearly annual maintenance. We're requesting to bring them both to BOC because we are in the process of working on a system modernization, and that would include the system annual maintenance for the next few 10 years. So we'll be bringing that to council in the next few weeks.
Thank you, Dominique. Are there questions from the board? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Cynthia Mason. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Next item?
Moving on to consent agenda, items BC 2026-58 through BC 2026-60.
Not too many items there, board members, but feel free if there's any questions. Okay. Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve today's consent agenda items as listed. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Schlepper. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The items are approved. Moving on.
No other business, however, I wish to congratulate Charlene Quarles on her promotion to Assistant Board of Control Coordinator effective today. Charlene Quarles has been working in a TWL capacity since February of last year, and we wish her continued success in this role.
She's done a great job, by the way. We all know that. Okay, seeing no other business, any public comment?
No public comment?
I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Melanie Say. All in favor to adjourn, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.